Okay, today we feel more confident. We feel more in tune with our wants, our needs. We're ready to express them in a very bold and authentic way. So, this is a moment where when sparks can fly. It's a time of profound attraction, whether in love, creativity, or the pursuit of what sets your soul on fire. We're being asked to embrace both excitement and the uncertainty of the moment. So I'll have to ask you, are you ready to step into your power and go after what you truly want? Because the answers await you. Lean into this moment of connection, this moment of possibility, and join me as we embark on a journey of self discovery, gaining an understanding of how to embrace this energy and moving forward today and every day. So, hi, I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you for all the positive, loving support you send me each and every day. I send it right back to you. Absolutely. Welcome to your daily focus, October the 7th, 2024. So today we have the energy of the seven. The seven is about creating harmony, balance, beauty, love in our environments, in our relationships. It's about finding the balance, it's about finding the sweet spot. And if we look at the daily numerology, it'd be a 1 plus a 7 plus an 8. That gives us a 16 energy. The 16 energy is all about awakenings. Okay. The 16 energy allows for, it's when life can just, we let go of so much all at once. It's like you win the lottery, right? How much of your life would change? If you found out for health reasons you had to move across the country, how fast life would change. Or maybe it's a job opportunity, or maybe you've fallen in love, whatever it might be. Okay, things can happen in our life on a day like today to awaken us to life itself, to the moment, to what lays in wait for us. 1 plus 6 is a 7. So we've already covered the 7. We won't go into that again. Sun is in Libra, moon is in Sagittarius. And we have some beautiful energy starting to come together that will be exact tomorrow. Okay. Venus trines Mars, and we have Mercury trine Jupiter. Okay. And after Mercury and Jupiter talk about 24 hours exactly, pretty well, give or take, Jupiter will go stationary retrograde. Now, personally, I like Jupiter retrogrades. Now, I love it when Jupiter goes direct, but I do like Jupiter retrogrades. When it goes into retrograde, it's a time maybe not to get that great expansive energy that we all yearn for, but we do get to reassess our path, our personal growth, our long-term goals, and we can make the adjustments necessary to stay on track. We get to redefine what matters to us most and where we truly want the expansion and abundance in our life. But today, Venus is trining Mars, okay? And this is probably, it's growing in strength right now. It will be exact tomorrow, but we should already be feeling this energy. And this energy is also going to be with us until the weekend, right? Up till Saturday, I believe. So we should feel this energy growing and becoming more aware of it. So we're kind of getting a jump start on it being exact, and then it will slowly wane. Now, it's like confidence meets charm. Okay. It allows you not only to dream big, but to take bold steps towards what you truly want. It's about embracing your desires, taking action on them, to take bold steps with confidence. So in your relationships, you may find connection and passion flow naturally. So lean into creating romantic moments, start a new romance, rekindle a passion. Maybe in a relationship that has lost its spark, we'll find it much easier to to show each other affection, to speak our truth, and to take action what we truly want our relationships to look like. So, whether you're looking to reignite a flame or spark something new, this energy supports bold moves, okay, but only when it is grounded in genuine emotion. Only when you truly desire it, have a passion for it in your life to become that. When it comes to our creativity, we're more likely to be motivated, more inspired. So if you have this creative project that's been sitting on the back burner, pull it out, or maybe you want to do something new. This is definitely the time. Okay. The only thing, and I don't even think it would come across very strongly, is that we could become a little overconfident or impulsive under this energy. So don't let excitement overshadow staying practical, okay? Remember, calculated, meaningful steps forward. We're still in that turtle energy. Uh, it's time to look at what passions and desires you've been holding back on pursuing. Whether it's your relationships, your creativity, maybe that's been stifled in some way. Maybe your career, you want to go forward. There's this natural flow that we will feel like it's actually supporting what we're doing. And that inspires us to take these bold actions. So we don't want to rush ahead impulsively. Use this energy to make thoughtful and meaningful progress, okay? One step at a time. But we do have what passion and charm kind of working hand in hand here. So it brings in such a strong potential for success. So we need to ask ourselves, I guess this is the main question that we would have to ask ourselves on a day like today, tomorrow, the next day, right into the weekend. Am I pursuing something that fuels my passion? Or have I been holding back out of fear, out of anxiety, out of worry, out of the unknown, the worry of the unknown, the fear of the unknown? Okay, let's turn to the cards. So, yeah, ask yourself that, please. Are you really pursuing it? Are you going after your dreams? Or are you holding back in some way? Or are you being as creative as you can be? What's holding you back? Or are you being romantic and just shining love on those people in your life that you do love? Or are you holding back? And why are you holding back? Because this kind of energy reveals it to us. And once it's revealed to us, it holds no power over us. Okay, let's cut these cards. They're getting annoyed with me. Our underlying energy for today is, look at this, the Ace of Cups. This is about embracing new paths, new dreams, new possibilities, our desires, our passions, to believe in them, to know that they will be so great that we'll need a cup that big to hold them. That's what this energy is about today. And it's about embracing those passions, embracing those dreams, embracing those desires, wherever that might be in your life. Okay, this is the day to get, well, you don't even have to get motivated so much. I think if you just start doing it, it'll just be a natural flow for you. I guess it's the first step that's the hardest, actually starting, beginning. We have the devil, so pretty strong energy coming in for us. The devil asks us, what what no longer has value, what no longer supports us. Maybe it's a relationship. Maybe we shouldn't be putting the energy into trying to put the spark in that relationship, but rather go forward and out of the relationship. Okay, not everybody, finds that they're going to find that happiness and that joy they once had just by having a couple of romantic dates together. It does add to it. It does give the possibility or the potential that this could be something new and long lasting. But is that what you want going forward? Does it support you? Do you feel strong? Do you feel confident? Do you want that relationship to be strong so that it reflects your own strength? Because if you stay in a relationship and don't work on that relationship to make it better, but staying in those relationships where you feel, burdened, or, just the sense of a lack of love, a lack of closeness, of compassion, perhaps, that pulls you down. So it's about putting people in your life that know what a gift you are to them. And maybe a romantic night would remind them of that. So, the devil is, yeah, letting go of what no longer has value in our life, no longer supports us. It takes up space. It doesn't move us to where we want to be. And allowing those things, letting those things go, let them fall into the fires, let them turn to ash, and be the phoenix rising out of the ashes. We have the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is to stand your grounds, protect your dreams, your passions, your desires. Don't let people rip them down. Now, some people may come up to you with some very positive criticism, some things that will actually help you move forward, maybe faster, maybe uh, missing a major obstacle or wall that you were headed towards. And that's great, but there's other people who just like to rip it down. They don't want you to succeed because what would that say about them? So it's about choosing our battles wisely. We don't want to just we want to be a good listener as well as a good speaker. And it really is about surrounding ourselves with like-minded people, this reading. Making sure that the people that raise us up, that support us, that are our cheerleaders, those are the people that we hold closest. They think like us. They want the same kind of dreams and goals. Your morals, your values align. And yes, some people will walk away. Absolutely. But we have to watch that we don't just take offense to whatever they say. That we take it in. Okay? It's coming from somewhere. So we take it in. And then we understand it for what it stands for. What it truly means. If they're just trying to rip us down, and maybe there's somebody that loves you and they just don't want to see you get hurt, and they can't see themselves doing that. So how could you possibly succeed doing that? And they just don't want to see you hurt. It could be something like that. Absolutely. But it doesn't mean you take their advice. And we have the Five of Cups. So fives, two fives on the board. That usually tells me that we have to create our own happiness and joy in life, paint our own rainbows sometimes. That we can't wait for it to appear, but rather we need to be the creator. I used to run a support group. Well, I didn't run it. I was vice president for a while, and some other things, but it was called Synapse, and it was a fabulous group of mothers that got together that had autistic children. And we would create, we'd do the Christmas party, and would take them swimming, and we'd have outdoor picnics, and and a lot of knowledge coming in along along that kind of stuff. I don't know where I was going with this. Oh, and so many people would ask me, like, how do you do it? How do you have to raise two autistic children, stay in the workforce, do this part time, go to school, all that stuff. And I said, sometimes you just have to paint your own rainbow. You got to stop, being playing the victim, and just say, no, I've decided to be a superstar. I've decided to be marvelous, magnificent. And therefore, if there is no rainbow in my life, I'm going to paint a rainbow in my life. I'm going to make my own rainbow. I'm going to create my own happiness. I'm going to create my own joy. And that is what I'm going to give the attention to, because I know that will raise my vibration. And when I raise my vibration, those things that I really want to come into my little world start coming into my world. But if you're, if it's up here vibrationally what you want and you're way down here, you've got to raise yourself up. And this is the kind of day where you can create your own rainbows, make your own rainbows, create your own happiness, especially with 2 5s on the board. And this one is definitely that. Here we are, we're cloaked. I was just going to say, we got to throw off that cloak and twirl around, but one of the comments were, yeah. Anyways, if you're worried about that, then you know what? Stop it already, okay? Just put on the diaper and do it anyways. Um how I took my incontinence for granted or something like that. Oh my gosh, it was so hilarious when I read that. I laughed so hard. So thank you for making my day. Anyways, we've this is one where we need to get rid of the cloak. Like we're staying too safe. We're afraid to step outside of the line. We're afraid to take that very first step. We don't know where it's going to lead, so we don't know if we want to actually get going because, well, what could happen? Well, I guess you could play what's the worst that could happen. I like playing what's the best thing that could happen. Either or will lead you to understanding why you are refusing to take that first step. And once you see it, you can overcome it, but you have to recognize it. Okay. This is where we feel like we've failed in the past or we didn't meet the standard or we can't forgive ourselves for some words that we said or some words that we didn't say or actions we didn't do or we did do, and we beat ourselves up. And sometimes we wouldn't say to ourselves things that we would say to our worst enemy. We can be so callous with ourselves. And so what happens then is we start to build walls because we don't feel that we don't want people to see us because this is what we represent in our minds. So this is about throwing off that cloak, tearing down that wall, turning around and seeing those cups that are upright, waiting to be filled. Remember that cup at the very beginning? Well, there's 2 of them there for you, okay? So you can't dream big enough to fill those 2 cups. I'm going to tell you that right now. You're going to be hard pressed to have enough magic in your thoughts of your successes than what is actually possible. So stretch those dreams. Allow them to come alive. Okay, shoot for, what is it? Shoot for the moon. If nothing else, you'll land between the stars. Anyways, this is an energy where we can push ourselves forward. We can motivate ourselves to take those bold steps that we have been afraid to take up till now. So have you been holding back, or have been pursuing your dreams with a passion, with a desire? Okay, let's get the oracle cards here. Are you ready? Are you ready to embrace those new paths, those new beginnings, to go forward into successes? Well, look at this. The seahorse came out. Be your best self always. The 24 energy. So the 24 energy, um, it's a 6 energy. It's about love. It's about relationships. It's about growing them stronger. But the 6 energy denotes our habits and our behaviors and where we want to change or where we want to see change within ourselves in order to be more in alignment with where we are going. Be your best self always. Check in with yourself. How are you feeling at this moment? Are you being the person you aspire to be? Remember that you determine how you feel. So paint your own rainbow. Remember that you determine how you feel. Remember that okay, how many times am I going to read that sentence? You're constantly choosing to feel that the way you feel. It's understandable. We're all human, and there are times when we feel 100%, and there's some times when we do not feel 100%. You drew this card to help you to remember to access your highest level of emotions now. Don't settle for less than you deserve. Do your utmost to achieve more love, and to be your best. I'm gonna have to get out my eyeglasses to read. I'm gonna keep reading these books. It's getting a little hard. Oh my goodness. Who flew out? The horse for freedom. Okay, so we didn't have a choice with either of these decks. They chose for us. Horse. There we go. So, freedom, transformation, free spirit, move, and courage. The secret of happiness is freedom, and the secret of freedom is courage. A horse has a powerful message to share with you in regards to your time of transformation and newfound freedom. Sometimes it's easier to just sit in your fuzzy PJs and hope that life will change. Yet you continue to allow yourself to be shackled away from your true spirit and your soul. However, horse tells you that it's time to dream big. It may be the time to make changes within your current relationships, whether romantic or platonic, or it could be that you feel stifled in your current career choice. Freedom doesn't mean that you give up your entire life, but instead allow yourself to disconnect from the anchors tied around you. It takes courage, but the end result will be a positive one. Spend some time in nature, take in the feeling of the wind in your hair. Breathe in nature's goodness and just be. Just a few moments of solitude each day can allow your soul to reboot and clear itself from life's toxicities and freeing it in order to see the proper path. Horse could also mean that it's time for you to move house locations and into the country, or maybe just take a drive through the country, see the sights. Right now, the leaves are just starting to turn. We haven't had a frost yet, which really changes. All the trees, all the forests look like they're on fire with the reds and the yellows and the golds and the oranges, and it's just beautiful. It's just a masterpiece when you look at uh, a hillside full of trees all right after a frost. Anyways, yeah, see the beauty, okay? Turn away from what's bothering you during this energy. I don't think it'll get in the way anyways, but it is about understanding your passions and going into pursuit of your passions. This is a day to take some bold steps. This is a day to embrace the love, the joy, the abundance, the prosperity, the well being that you want to bring in to your world, and go after it with a passion. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.